Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome if you're new. And I'm going to do something today, done in the past. But if you're, like I said, if you're new to the channel in the last year, you wouldn't have seen it. It is a video. I've actually done, I think, 2 videos of it, where I've made tights for the dolls because, let's be honest, doll tights are just as much money as human tights, right? Right. Look how pretty Corinne looks with little ponies. So, I'm going to just show you. Let me take these off. These are Dollar Tree baby socks. I have made these tights on Corinne from one sock. And these are Dollar Tree socks. So, as you can see, I'm just going to get a little closer. They're not perfect, but again, we've already discussed it. I don't do anything perfect. So as you can see, I've made her some tights out of some sloth. They were the Valentine socks. So you see, you got the little heart here. You got a little sloth here. This, I think, was supposed to be the foot. And as you can see at the top, it's just kind of cut off. I have cut the toe part off because they seem to fit better when I do that. So I'm going to attempt to make a pair of tights with you all. So we're going to take off these ones here. So for anyone who was wondering, especially with the cold weather coming up, you want to get some tights for your dolls, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. There's no sew involved. You can sew if you want. You don't have to sew. It's just all up to you. One, I do suggest you get stretchy socks. Socks that are thick. They're harder, at least for me, to work them. Trying to get this off her foot. So I suggest a stretchy sock. So here you can see what it looks like when they're not on her. So that is one sock that I have made into doll tights. So I'm going to go ahead, put you guys down, and we will try to make a pair of tights. So let me put y'all down so you can see Corinne. It looks good. Okay. See Corinne? There we go. Let me get one thing before I get started. One second, guys. No, it was over here. There it is. Okay. Now you can use any glue that you prefer. This is the Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. I'll put it over here. And she's got so many. She's got fabric. She's got all kinds of stuff. But this is a pretty good glue. Here's my clear Aleene's Clear Tacky Glue. I like to use this one. This one says it dries clear, non-toxic. I didn't realize I was trying to get my fabric tack, but ended up getting this. So it looks like you could use either one. Let me check this real quick, make sure that the opening is open and we don't have any glue in the way. 1 second. I know. Should have done this all before I got on with you guys, but let me just make sure we have an opening that isn't covered in glue. Let me get the glue out. Poor Corinne. She's just kind of sitting here. My biggest issue I have when I make these, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, is the seam. There we go. All right. Got the old icky glue out, so now we're good to go. So I have 2 pairs of socks, or 2 socks. This is where I'll always get the mismatched socks that we have in the house. So I have this one here, which is the polka dots. And I have this one here, which is the stripe, the red stripes. I'm going to go ahead and do the stripes. Now what I will normally do is I will put the sock on the doll. So it's one sock. And you put both legs in the sock. So just like this. Whoops. She's on the cord, guys. There we go. Let me get her hair off the cord so you can see what we are doing. So let me do this more this way. Is that better if I do it sideways? There we go. Okay. So kind of shimmy her into the sock. Kind of like a mermaid tail, basically. Now, what some people will do is they'll take the heel of the sock and bring it up to the butt. So that's kind of like, you know, the back of the tights. And you can either, one, cut down the hem or the waist of the sock. You can keep it long, whatever you want to do. So basically, she's like a mermaid. And this is the hard part. If you want to get that up on the butt, getting that up on the butt. There we go. So you guys can see. So she's like in a mermaid tail. That's the heel. That's the front. And this is why I say you want a sock that is not thick. Because you see, you got to put it on her. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. If you wanted to sew, like I said, you could sew. You can do it not sewing, and you could just glue it together. You can use hot glue. You can use whatever you want. So at this point, what I'm going to do, and this is kind of a trial and error. I have not made these in a long time, guys. I'm going to snip right here at the toe. Probably should have had different scissors, but this is what I had down here. It's going to kind of snip, snip, snip. Just do little snippies. I'm going to stop right about, I'll bring it up just a little bit more, like right about, not where her belly button would be, but just like right below where like her belly button would be. So right about there. And I'm going to do the other side. As you can see, just from cutting it. Okay, so let's just turn it over and take a look. So I cut it just basically below the heel there. Here comes the tough part. Okay. Now, we're going to take them off of her because I don't want to glue her. So we're going to take them off. Put her over there. So now you got a sock that looks like this. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to actually go ahead and glue. You're going to glue right here, like along the seam line. So you're going to kind of glue, basically glue the sock back together. So it looks like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead to on the back. I'm going to cut a little bit more in the back so that they're even, the front and the back are even, like I said, right below the belly button a little bit. And then if I look over here and go a little bit more, this cut. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to glue this down using whatever glue you want. You know, if you like to use hot glue, if you like to use, like I said, fabric tack, if you want to sew it, you can sew it. I wanted to do this as a no sew project so that anyone can go ahead and do this if they need to. You can kind of see it's not perfect. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this side in there, and then I'm going to glue this to here because we've already discussed it. I don't cut perfect. Never have, never will. Okay, let's see. Hold on. All right, there we go. I need to get, okay, let's get some glue. And kind of go down here on my line. I mean, you guys can't see, can you? Put down a little bit more. There we go. Ew, it'd be too much for the phone. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue right here. Right about here. Just kind of do it down the line. Okay. And I get very nervous I never do enough glue, especially in the booty area. So I got that there. We're going to take this side here and I'm going to fold it over. Probably should have maybe done these inside out now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm not selling these. They are for me. They are for my dolls. So I'm not going to huff and fuss about it. Okay, just kind of. And then I'm covered in glue now. I'm going to take this side here. Yeah, and pull it up to get it. And you'll work, I mean, when you do your own, you'll figure it out what's best for you. And this is one reason I do not like, one reason I cut the toes off, because in my trial and errors I have found that leaving the toes on seems to be an issue. This one's going to be covered in glue. This one's going to have glue spots. Go ahead and get a little bit more over here. Okay, cover that up there. See all that glue? Yeah, Michelle, you got glue everywhere. Now we're going to take this side and bring it over. This is not my idea. I should let y'all know. I found this on YouTube years ago. It was I think it was Fun with Socks was the name of the channel that I found, where you could like do all kinds of, you know, interesting things with socks for your dolls. I want to say that was the name of the channel. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do this right, guys. And we won't know until you see the picture on the community tab if it worked. Of course, I don't want her covered in glue. Kind of sideways it. Oh. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to show you all how I make my tights. I haven't done it in a while, so I thought it's that time of year where everyone's putting tights on their dolls, and in spending that as much money as you would for your own tights kind of always irked me. So I was trying to find a way to get inexpensive doll tights. So now you can kind of see, if you look now, you've got your two legs, and this can be your back. This part can be your front. It just depends on how you want to do it. So gotta let that dry. And once it dries, you can just go ahead and put them on your doll. Like I said, if you want to make them like capri tights, you can cut it anywhere you want on them. Just one thing, if you use fabric tack, it will within like seconds adhere. And I think the Elaine's clear glue does the same thing. It adheres pretty quickly. And so what I'm going to do, like I said, I take the toes off. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pause you guys and put these on her, at least try to put her on her, and we see what happens. Be right back. Hey everybody, they're just not dry enough yet to get them on her. Oh gracious. So let's see. What I went ahead and did is I cut these ones also. And this one you can see there's the heel, but when you put them on, it just looks different. So I'm going to turn these ones inside out. I'm going to see if it's easier to glue it inside out. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done them. Okay. So let me see here. Sorry, I don't know why the light does that down here in the garage where it's like, it fades in and out like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let me move the cord out of the way. Baby feet in the way. Let's see. You can see it. You see? Move it back. Move you guys back. See the dirty floor. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, do the same thing basically, but now I'm doing it inside out. And see how this one does. Where's my tacky? So, I'm going to go ahead and do it right here, like in the seam. And just, I don't know, guys, if it's the weather or it could just be, you know, I just got back from vacation. I have not been feeling good. Like, just, like you feel like you're getting sick, you know, like with a cold day. And that's how I've been feeling today. And I think it's just because of the weather. And it's the first day back to work from vacation. You know how that goes. All right. Or going back to school, the first day going back to school after a break. So, doing this, like I said, inside out this time, it's probably a better idea. And I did not glue the toe part down because I said that's the part I like to cut off. I'm going to take this part here. One side always, and I don't know if it happens with everyone that makes these, one side always looks thinner than the other side. And I know they look so little, but they will, whoops, put you guys back further again. There we go. Eek. Okay. I know they look thin, but they will fit the doll. Like I said, you just have to make sure you get ones that are stretchy. You get really thick socks, like the Muckluck socks, that have no give to them, it will be harder to get on the doll. So you definitely want to go with a sock that has a give. I'm going to go ahead and glue here, and here, and here. That was a little easier on gluing. See how that does. Okay. And this probably is still too so you're just going to do the same like you would with a sock. I mean, you're just going to roll and roll and roll and roll. But right now, the glue is still not dry, so it's not going to let me show you all. So these are basically how I make tights for my dolls. Got this huge sweatshirt on. So that's how I make tights for dolls out of socks. Just one, please. Thank you. So yeah, so those are tights out of a sock, old socks for dolls. It's time for me to take this big old sweatshirt off. So you guys, like, subscribe, and goodness, I can't even think of what I'm talking about. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye, everybody.